Hey, Motorman here. And you know, I get a lot of questions about how many motorcycles do I have? How come you never see a full shot of the garage and all the bikes? And why do I have so many? And what bikes do I have? I say, what are you writing a book? But okay, the weather's not cooperating today because I was going to make a riding video, but it's raining on and off and we get these torrential downpours. But I'm going to go over every motorcycle that I have presently in my garage. All right, we're going to start with this one. If you watch my videos on a regular basis, you know exactly why I have this motorcycle. Got it from a friend of mine, just wanted to get rid of it, didn't run at the time, but it was just a battery that was the problem. So, and it was really, really filthy. So I cleaned it up, put a battery in, had some brake work done. Got a total of $1,400 in this bike, and I plan to use this to rent to my customers that were my potential students that are going to be coming from out of town or just don't want to use their own bike. So that's why I've got this 2007. Then right here we have Street Glide ST. Went out to Arizona with Harley Davidson and got a chance to ride some of these on the track. Really enjoyed it. Love the blacked out look of this motorcycle. See, I like old stuff and new stuff, so this is the modern version of a Harley Davidson touring motorcycle, the ST, and it's just completely stock. Haven't done a thing to that other than add Tab Performance mufflers, which sound phenomenal on this motorcycle. That's tabperformance.com. This bike, for some reason, this has got the 117 motor, but with the Tab Performance, and I've got the medium baffles because I don't want it too loud, it just sounds the best of all of them. It's got a really deep, mellow sound, and you can really hear it when you accelerate. So, probably one of my favorite riding motorcycles. And this, of course, again, if you watch my videos on a regular basis, I've got two of these. Revival, I just put this one up for sale, and an hour later, it sold for the asking price. That tells me I probably didn't ask enough for it, but this will be gone this week. The new owner lives in Fort Myers, and either he's going to send a truck to pick it up or he's going to come and get it and ride it home. And of course, we have here my 2022 police motorcycle. And I got this particular color because I wanted to make it look very much like the Revival. It's one of the few bikes I've ever had any engine work done on. Actually put a stage 2 kit on this 114, and that seems to make it performance-wise right on a par with the 117. Again, I have Tab mufflers on it. Usually the only thing I change on my bikes is the exhaust, but I wanted to see what the stage 2 would do. I did a video on testing 3 different bikes, and it's just maybe a tenth or two of a second 0 to 60 times. It does feel more responsive. Also put white walls on it. And again, if you watch my videos on a regular basis, you'll know that I sometimes paint stuff. This is the tour pack that I had. I bought the paint from custompaints.com. That's custom with a K. And did all the prep work, painted it, matches the bike perfectly. And this is my other Revival. Plan on keeping this one. This one's got about 1,000 miles on it versus 174 miles on the other one, the one I sold. And by the way, this seat is from I think Electric Glide Standard. I bought it used and just had it reupholstered. The upholstery job cost about $200. I think I paid $150 for this seat, and I wanted it to match the regular Revival seat, and I wanted to see how much lower it would be because my wife is only 5'2", and initially I said, well, I'll put this low seat on here. She'd ride it, and she has no problem riding either one, low seat or high seat. But like I said in the last video, doctor says she shouldn't be riding anymore because they cannot replace her hip again. So if something happens, she'll be stuck. You will occasionally see her at the classes, and she'll take the bike through the exercises to demonstrate for the students. But as far as riding out on the road, taking any long trips, no, it's not going to happen. That's why I sold one of the Revivals. Now this motorcycle here, this is a 2006 Honda Sabre, 1100 cc's. Bought this bike for about $2,500. It was the cheapest bike they had at the Harley dealership, the cheapest used bike. And I was going to use this also as a rental. In fact, I think I rented it once or twice for the class. But I put about $500 into it. Get all the fuel fluids changed, new brakes. I think you put a master cylinder in it. Anyway, this bike has only got 12,837 miles, and I'm going to be putting this up for sale. If anybody's interested, it runs perfectly. Got a Mustang seat. This seat alone is something like $500 or $600. The rack on the back, Linby bar, and I think $3,000. If you'd like to purchase this motorcycle, $3,000, we'll get it. By the way, I'm located just north of Tampa in Hudson, Florida. And what else do we have? Oh, yes. Kawasaki Z900. Beautiful motorcycle. Bought this bike with only 3,000 miles. It's a 2021. I think I'm going to be selling this one. I was originally got this, I was going to use it for a track bike. But right now, through the summer here, forget going to the track, putting on one of those racing suits when it's 120 degrees here and outrageous humidity. But I'm going to do a video on this bike and probably one on the Sabre as well. But I decided I'm going to sell this and get something else for the track because just not comfortable on this. I'm so used to cruisers and sitting in the bike. On this bike, you're sitting on top of it, and my hands are leaning forward a bit. It's just, I put about 200 miles on it. Tried to get to really like it, and it is a fine ride motorcycle, all kinds of power. Just I don't know, I don't feel right on this motorcycle, so I'm going to sell this probably about $8,500. Like I said, 3,200 miles on it. It says 2021. And in the trailer here, this is my Sportster 883 that I use also as a rental bike for my class. So if you're thinking about coming to the class, you're from out of the area, out of state, whatever, I have an 883 you can rent for $100, and I have that 2007 Electric Glide police bike that I rent for $125. If you wonder what so to recap, we got the 2006 Sabre, 13,000, a little under 13,000 miles, soon to be up for sale. We got the 2021 Revival that I'm keeping, not for sale. 2022 Police Electric Glide in a very rare color that's impact blue over birch white. We got the 2021 Revival with only 174 miles that is sold, and the new owner will be picking it up this week. We've got the Street Glide ST, probably my favorite bike, and the 2007 Police Electric Glide, and of course the Kawasaki Z900. Great bike, just not for me, so I'll be selling this one. So I hope you enjoyed this. All the questions I hope I've answered, and of course we have the Sportster, which I showed you in the trailer. So a total of 8 bikes, 1 is sold. I'm down to 7. Till next time, hey, get yourself some merch, by the way. T-shirts. We've got Ride Like a Pro t-shirts and hats.